Capricorn, welcome to your monthly magical March reading here on the Astroflower. We're going to be going into your chakras, your aura, and also doing a tarot reading in the end. It will be time stamped in the description below, so you're going to be able to jump from one to the other. I got to say, when I do these readings, it is like a continual story. If I was you, I'd watch it all the way through, but then it's up to you. So yeah, welcome to after funny February, and boy was it funny. We're now into magical March, or coming into magical March. There's loads of changes going on, and particular for you, Capricorn. You have Pluto, who is going to be coming out of your sign. Way! It's going to be so great, isn't it? It's going to be a lot of changes going on over these next sort of like 6 to 8 months. It does come back into Capricorn back in, I think, in November, and then goes back out again in February, March in 2024, and then it's gone. It's into Aquarius. So all you Aquarians out there, watch out. It's going to be good. It's going to be a moment of a good sort of decade of truths coming to the surface, which is going to be really nice. So just keep that in mind. I have done a collective reading as well, which you might want to go and have a look at here on this channel. That was pretty manic. Got to be said, it's pretty manic, and it affects every sign, I think. So let's just go and let's see. Start off with your chakras. So this is chakras for Capricorn. Okay, root chakra. Now this has been a prominent feature going through every single sign. Not every single sign is the same. The majority are very different. They have certain quirkinesses about them. But for you, Capricorn, it appears to be that March is this moment of foundation. It's like you've arrived. That's what it feels like. You've arrived because you have done the work to get there. It's been a very difficult 10 years, I think, for Capricorn, 10, 12 years in particular. But you've got through this work, you've done it nicely, and I think here in March is for the first time you have foundations that you can build upon since a long time, where things can really come to fruition, rather than building things up and then building things up that that's what Pluto's been doing to us. And it appears to be now where if you've been hunting your way through this in your life and not giving up, you're going to be in a really sound position. For those of you having difficulty with getting that foundation, I would suggest you just pick a direction. Doesn't matter which direction to start with. Pick a direction. Once you pick that direction, you can then adjust it accordingly. Okay? But until you have that direction, it can feel like you've been walking through thick mud over the last sort of 10 years, which I understand. It does feel like that from time to time. So these foundations of the root chakra here is really, really solid, and on both sides. I think there's a recognition from the world around you in this month that actually Capricorn, as hard as they may seem to appear to be, they're all right. And I think it is that recognition. Maybe it's karmic payback. Let's just see. We'll see that in the tarot reading, but we'll see that on the karmic paths, which is on this section here on the tarot reading. Let's just see what's going on in your sacrum. So as things pick up and start to the foundation, you realise you've got a good thing going. You've realised what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, and everything like that. It's going to pull you into that work ethic, and Capricorn, you love working. And so you may find yourself sort of gradually doing a little bit more work than you do play, so I would be very attentive of that. That's always the case for you, Capricorn. You tend to forget about living life as well, and you tend to work. But here is, because that foundation is in place, it will be irresistible from your side not to sort of take it on and say, okay, I'm now going to build from here, rather than kind of going, I'm going to enjoy myself. Enjoyment can also be in the life you live. So I say to people, do you work to live, or do you live to work? And if you're doing something that knocks your socks off, that you love doing, why wouldn't you work all the time if you like doing it? So living to work can be really good. It can also be incredibly destructive, like anything, like work to live. You know, you might want to do loads of things, and you may find that you don't have enough money because you've been living too much, if you know what I mean. So it's all swings and roundabouts in a way. There is extremes to everything, and I would stay away from the extremes if I was you. That's what I'm saying. And there's no wonder in, why Capricorn is the devil card, because you do tend to go into extremes. Okay? Let's have a look at your solar plexus and see what's going on here. You've been stuck. It's like the solar plexus here is like it's almost like a flowered shaped honeycomb, and what's happening here is all the honey is coming to the surface. You have enormous amount of potential within your courage, your determination, your passion, your fire, your sort of your earth as well, but it is. Now that potential is really coming to the surface in March. The key to this part of this solar plexus, it's really beautiful. It's very fine and defined at its base, and as we go up, it gets a lot thicker and a lot more voluptuous. So it's a lot fuller. There's a lot more potential within that fire of that solar plexus. So what the key is here is learning how to drip feed your passions into your life. And that's where the extreme thing has got to be kept an eye on. Okay? So that's really lovely with the solar plexus. If you are not, because obviously that may not occur for everybody. So if your energy is still going to be the same, even if life is really bad, and the thing is, that's going to pull out the bad things. So then that's going to pull out that frustration of trying to do things. But because the foundation if you haven't been working on that foundation, it's going to be a little bit more sort of wobbly. So it may be a little bit more frustrating that your passions that you put into things do not get rewarded as much as you thought they should do. They will get rewarded, but it's going to take you a bit of time to get up to speed. That's all. And once you're up to speed, you'll be fine. So that's that two sides. That's the two sides of that coin. Let's just have a look at what's going on in your heart. So I think this is to do with earth signs. In fact, I'm pretty sure Taurus and Virgo had the similar sort of thing here. There is a lot of socializing going on, and I'm not sure if it's just socializing, meeting people and everything like that. There is a lot of business mixed into it. What a surprise, Capricorn. There is a lot of business mixed into it. So there is this networking aspect to your socializing, which I think is a really good thing for you. I think it will enjoy it. It'll help you to open up. It'll also help you to get success in your life. And this comes from the heart. So it's about your heart's desires. There is also an accentuated petal in the middle, which is to do with love, as in, people talk about love. I should do a whole video on love, because people, love is bland, is banded around on everything, eternal love, a universal love, twin flame love. It seems like it's almost like flower, and don't forget your flower. And it's taking away the value of love, I think. Anyway, I'm whittling on. You've got that petal that's coming out at the top. So there is a desire from within you to connect with your partner, or to meet the partner that corresponds to you. Whichever your situation, it is a nostalgia. It is you've got good heart energy to meet one-to-one. And as I say, it could be in your existing couple, and it may mean you that's a good thing for you to explore this month with your existing couple. Different avenues of life with your partner at the moment. I think, and I do try and do that in my life. It's, you know, you don't have to meet your love every week. If you've met your love and you're with them, then why would you bother to sort of, you wouldn't need to look anywhere else. But that love between you does need to be, you know, encouraged, nurtured, and that's what it could also mean for you who are already in couples. For those of you who aren't, it's a good time to get out there, socializing, mix it up, you know, be that cheeky side that every Capricorn has, and I think it'll open doors for you. It'll make you desirable for other people around you, and with that solar plexus as well, which is kicking in, there's going to be a lot of attention pulled your way, I think. Let's just have a look at your third eye and your throat chakra. Okay, so this is reasonably well balanced. There's a bit more mental going on than anything else, but that mental's quite good because it plays perfectly with the sacrum as well to your desires, and these are egotistical desires. It's not heart desires or wants, as it were. And it's within the material world, those wants, and within the material world, there's a lot of mental stuff as well, mental energy as well, that needs to be applied to it. So I think there is a little bit more on the mental side than there is on the throat chakra. So there's less emotions really coming to the surface. It's not that you're cold, not at the moment, but it's a case of being, you know, allowing also moments in your day where you can and you can appreciate everything around you. It's going to slow the mind down a little bit, the third eye down a little bit, allow your throat to expand, so that will give clarity to your wants, your desires, which are coming from your sacrum, that can then be formulated within yourself clearly, so it gives you a clear vision of what you want going forward and how to apply it in life. So it's good to have that mental side, but at the same time, it's not good to have too much of it. Like everything, stay away from the extremes. Let's have a look at your crown chakra. This has got beautiful form. Capricorn, I'm loving you all over at the moment. Really are. Oh, there you go. There's love being used again. But you know, I would say more appreciate you and respect you there more than anything else, I think, rather than love. You seem to have this. You seem to be at one with your consciousness. If you're not at one with your consciousness, you're gonna feel like you're not worthy of it, which is not good. You are worthy of it. But that's because you need to work on that foundation. We're never so hard as with anyone else as we are with our own good selves. And Capricorn, you know when you're kidding yourself, and if you haven't done the foundation work to get there. Usually you do, and I would just, as I said earlier on, pick that direction and go for it. For those of you who are really swinging with it and really swinging a good bit of lead, as they say, which is, I think, is an old shipping term. If you know what it is, give us a shout in the comments below. I'd like to know what that means, throwing lead. I think it is an English phrase, but it's just, you're doing well. You've got your rhythm going. You're coping with things. You've got a conscious view. You're consciously connected to the vibration that is around you in this changing times in March, which is going to give that foundation even more strength, and I think people are going to recognize that. And when people recognize that, there's that respect and appreciation, which I was giving to you earlier on. You will receive that, and that's going to add to that glow up moment, that sort of you know, the attention that people are going to be attracted to you for that. Okay, let's have a look at your aura now. Let's see what's going on there. There seems to be something coming up in the first 10 days of your month of March. And then we have right at the top a change as well, which I think ties in with Pluto. Okay, let's just see what the overall flow is about it. Wow. Our connection to energy is not through your crown chakra or your root chakra. That's not how energy works. It works in a very sacred geometry sort of fashion. And it works from behind the sternum. So it's not in the heart chakra, and it's not in your solar plexus either. That would be far too dangerous. It's connected here, and it's like this central input point, which does then create the vertical energy between your crown and your root chakra. I've done a masterclass on that. Go and have a look at that. I will be doing individual videos on chakras as well on this channel, so you might want to subscribe and click that bell so you get notifications for it. So you get that vertical energy first, and then you get the horizontal energy, and then you get the flow of direction, which is that 3 right hand and left hand rule. So it's not there. So what's happening is there's this connection that's coming out of here, and it's feeding both sides very beautifully. It's feeding not only your consciousness, but your root as well, and give you substance to your thought and your progression and your path that you are taking. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, really nice. Let me see if there's anything untoward in there. Capricorn, you get a bee in your bonnet about truth and about honesty and stuff like that, and it's, you know, everyone has their own personal point of view on the truth of the situation. I'm not calling you out here at all. I'm just sort of saying, you know, there's always two sides of the story, yin and yang and all of that. And you might be holding on to a situation in the past which you could well be good for you to just let go of, basically, rather than having that internal conflict within you. Oh, if this person hadn't done this, I would have been a lot better. If this person had done this, we would have been able to, you know, just let go. Just let go, and you can do that through every day, you know, realizing when you thought about that situation, at the end of the day, just say, bring me back that thought. There's no point in me thinking like that. And it will just naturally breed it out of your rhythm of your day, basically. And it will naturally just be able to sort of cut it off and walk away from it. Okay, so there you go. There was your aura and your chakra reading. Let's just get into now your tarot reading. This is the overall energy for the week. This is the 2 karmic messages, and this is week 1, 2, 3, and then we come into the final week at the end. So let's just see for you, Capricorn, what's going on with your overall energies for this month. 2 of Cups. Now, every sign has been having the 2 of Cups and around and about on the outside, mainly on this side, to be honest, and you've got it in the middle. I think you're falling in love with your life. That's what it is. I think you're falling in love with the idea that you're glad that you've stuck with it. You've made it through. You've made it through. And this is going to be a real realization in March for you, that things are going to start working your direction. Let's just see what's going on the karmic path on that judgment, evolution. That is that ascension moment. I think you're moving on from, this is within your relationships around you. I think people are going to start realizing that actually Capricorn is not what we thought. And maybe we would have tarred Capricorn with a nasty brush. And this is this karmic, I think this is to do with this karmic payback coming up for you. And I think it's happening in March. And I think people are going to realize and kind of going, do you know what? Sorry, Capricorn. We did you wrong. I think that. Let's just see what's going on the karmic path on your financial side. Lots of gifts coming in. I believe that this is what I was saying earlier on, where things start working and you're going to go into it and things are going to go, I've got the foundation and things are really possible. And because you've been working on a lot over the last 10, 15 years, all of a sudden you're going to realize you've actually got a lot of assets within your life that you can use. And that assets could be your energy, your time, could be your knowledge and understanding. You're going to be, throwing weight as a throwing lead, as they say. And you're going to feel like you're really you've really got worth. That's what it is. Let's just see what's going on the first week in your relationship side, on your emotional sort of side. Queen of Hearts. letting it out, socializing, radiating that beautiful love within the relationships that are around you. And I think this is the realization that people are kind of going, oh my word, we really got Cappy wrong. We marked them down as a wrong, and they're actually not, sort of thing. And in the first week, and I think that's the thing that I said that's coming up in the first week. Let's just see what's going on in the financial sort of side. And you've got the King of Swords on the other side, which is all to do with judgment, clarity of vision, knowing where you're getting, 360-degree vision of everything that is around you. It's a perfect position to set up and go for life. And you've got this harmony on both sides. So it's a realization, I think, from the world around you. And it's going to provide you with healing. You're going to feel like this is going to be in this first week. If life is going well for you, you're going to feel like kind of going, wow, at last, I'm getting my just desserts. And if you haven't been doing the work, you're going to be feeling a little bit kind of going, too much pressure. So this is where I'm talking about choosing a direction, and I would choose your life. That's for you, okay? Let's just go on to the second week and see what's going on your relationship side. So patience, I think this is what I was talking about going into extremes. You'll have that first wave coming through in the first week, and in the second week, it's a case of being patient, kind of just allowing that flow to exist, but without running off in a direction, Capricorn, in regards to love and relationships around you. This is also about nurturing both sides of your relationship, the sun and the moon, within your relationships, and exploring different avenues that you may not know about. I think as well there is a patience of the Temperance card, simply because there's going to be a lot more activation coming out at the end of this thing. Let's see what's going on in your financial sort of side. Okay, 5 of Wands. Conflict, I'm not sure. I haven't felt any sort of conflict on that side. The conflict, the internal mental conflict, that was something else. This is more sort of external in the second week. And I think this is maintaining the higher vibration within you, learning to maintain that best example of who you can be. You know it now. You've looked at yourself within the deepest, darkest caves of your life. And I would start walking the walk, basically. I think this is what the 5 of Wands is all about. Yes, for some of you, you may find in your financial world around you, you have got a bit of competition. And competition is very healthy. It is a good thing, unless it becomes a toxic and becomes extreme. So this is another reason not to go into the extremes of conflict. You can go into the conflict with your head held high, within your workspace, that's within your job, your business and stuff like that. And, it's not a conflict for being conflictual. It's a conflict just for being, this is how it should be done. And this is reason, sort of scenario. But whatever happens on both sides, I think in the second week is a bit of a pause, bit of an realization of kind of going, okay, I've stepped up a gear. I'll sit in that gear for a little while. Let's just see what's going on the third week in regards to your relationships. Okay, so walking away from something, yeah, as I said, I think this is this conflictual thing that I think that you have within you. I think it may even take a little bit of time for you to breathe that out of you. And all of a sudden, you're going to walk away from that old idea of Capricorn that you have to fight for everything, or you have to sort of work really hard just to get, the little bit of love in your life. And I think that's walking away from that attitude, walking away from that 1 cup and walking towards the 2 of cups. That's what it seems like. On your financial sort of side, if you have been going through conflict, you're obviously going to come out a winner by this week. And I think this is teeing up that change in Pluto, and walking away from the old you, rather than walking away from someone. I think it's more walking away from the old you to the new you, which is going to be recognized by the world around you. Okay? On your financial side, you would have got through this. It might have been a little bit tricky in the second week of March, and you're going to be heading into the third week where you're kind of going, I've dealt with that, and I'm still standing. I'm still standing after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. Anyway, Elton John, yeah. So I think it's a case of that, and I think you're stepping into your power. You're really stepping into your authoritative position as we go forward. Let's just see what's going on in the 4th week. What did I say? Glow up moment. You are going to be recognized. I reckon this is karmic payback. And it's almost as though the 2nd week is you're just waiting for the verdict to fall. You know the verdict, and you can walk away from that struggle in the 3rd week and walk to, a lot of attention coming out in the 3rd week, in the 4th week. This is that sort of thing that I was talking about within the 4th week, maybe the 2 of Swords. Don't get caught up in extremes. Make sure you're looking at every sort of angle. This is what this is all about. It started from this and it should remain this. Do not get caught down. Okay, it's working. I don't have to do anything more to it. That's not true. It's a continual nurturing of your work ethic or your work area in life, because this is on the work side. And I would not get complacent within your life if I was you. And this is to do with this mental sort of thing. Sometimes, Capricorn, you can convince yourself, oh, we've done it, we're over the line. Oh, no, we're not quite, oh, damn, I've got to keep running again. Oh, and by that time, you slow down, you're feeling a bit knackered, you don't want to run so much. And this is what's happening here. I think you just don't take your eye off the ball, Capricorn. You know, open up so you can see what's going on around you, so you can be on that wave, feel that energy, that's glow up moment that's coming through you in your personal life, and actually your work side will go alongside it. The overall energy coming out of that is the 4 of Wands. So you're moving into April with the 4 of Wands, going through a portal for the future. Let's just pick a few cards and see where you're walking to, shall we? But whatever it is, I think it's all round on both sides, is a very solid progression that's not extreme. So, which is a much more healthier way in order to get the best out of life. So let's just see where you're going to. Ace of Wands. It's going to spark, I think, old projects within you, things that you wanted to do long time ago that you've had to give up. You kind of had to I haven't been able to do that. Things are going to come back up and around for you, and success with the Knight of Cups as well, with things being offered to you, maybe contracts and stuff like that. A real progression in your world, finishing with the 7 of Cups, which is the evident path. There seems to be some sort of contract or offer coming in from this idea of being that leader, being that King of Wands coming through, sticking to your guns, seeing the whole situation, so then you can accept the offers that corresponds to you. It is the Ace of Wands, where you come through that portal, and all of a sudden you're greeted with a new passionate direction for you in life, and it's going to become crystal clear with that 7 of Cups that goes with it. I think you're walking away from the old dilly-dallying and waiting for things to happen sort of scenario. There you go, Capricorn. Thank you very much for being with us. Obviously, your support is essential to this channel. If you've watched it all this way through and you haven't subscribed and clicked that bell, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You should do, because you will get a lot more sort of readings coming out. You've got your weekly reading coming out on Saturday as well. We also do masterclasses on energy, on karma. I'm going to do some stuff on the chakras, as I said, as well. So you're really going to want to be part of this Astroflower journey. It's absolutely brilliant. Been really enjoying it over the last year, and your support is essential to this. Without you, none of this will happen. Okay? In the meantime, Capricorn, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.